Now, our top story takes us to Limpopo, where traffic officers say that congestion at the weighbridge outside Polokwane has been slowed down by overloaded vehicles. A number of overloaded vehicles are traveling along the R101 and N1 roads into the province. Our reporter Lutendo Bobodi has been monitoring traffic at the Nyl Plaza in Mokopane, which is about 70 kilometers southwest of Polokwane. Let's join him now. Lutendo? All right, let's catch up with him. Okay, Lutendo, you've been there all day monitoring traffic. The officials are quite busy. What have you seen?
Yeah, when we spoke earlier, Peter, we were talking about 700 to 750 vehicles passing through toll gate per hour, but now it has been progressively picking up. In the last 2 or so hours. Now we're talking about 1,500. But it's still, if you look at behind me, it's still not congested at the toll gate. If you compare to yesterday, where it was about 2,000, 2,500 at this particular time. But again, Matume Mremi from the Department of Transport joins me again. Matume, it's quite encouraging that we haven't heard of any fatal accidents being reported.
Indeed, I must first start by, expressing our heartfelt condolences to the Mabuza family. One of our fighters in road safety, Joseph Mabuza from Mpumalanga, passed on yesterday, unfortunately because of a motor vehicle accident. I believe I speak on behalf of my MEC Makurupeja, and the entire road safety community in the province as well as in the country. But yes, we are elated as a province that thus far our motorists have cooperated with us. We have not had a single report of an incident. All we had is just congestion, which is manageable. We had a successful operation with Santaco earlier during the day at Kranscorp. They call it Operation Tlokomela, where they are focusing on minibuses and sending a message, because we are expecting minibuses later this evening from as far as Tembisa, Park Station, Bosman, to be ferrying our people who would have knocked off later, maybe around 4, to keep it that way, drive within the speed limit of 100. That way we are guaranteed to arrive home safely without any problem, so that we can be merry. But indeed, as a province, we will be focusing from moving from N1, going into the towns, townships, villages. That is where you get people, excited people moving from one tavern to the other. They don't know what we can call it, but they can call it tavern hopping. That is where we'll be strict and making sure that we pounce on those that are, deliberately driving under the influence of alcohol. We will be, breathing on their neck. That is a promise. From tonight up to the 31st, we're going to be refocusing our energy in the small towns and the villages and the townships.
And we hear they've opened about 7 lanes at Kranscorp to ease traffic. Let's talk about the R101 and alternative road, or motorists using that road.
Indeed, R101 has been one of the busiest now. I think it's because of the unfortunate accident that we had on N1. So most people feel comfortable on R101. But remember, it's one of the best routes that you can travel on from Gauteng going all the way to Polokwane. It's well maintained. So indeed, we're encouraging people, if you don't feel like driving on N1, rather use R101. It's one of the safest with very few incidents reported. But of course, we must also speak to those who've got e-tax. Our toll plaza from as far as Pumlano going to Musina, they've got special lanes for e-tax. Don't find yourself queuing on the queue where you can rather jump into a special lane which is reserved for those that are using e-tax. That way you'll be able to assist us with the issue of the traffic flow, but also our people must have enough money in their pocket next to, because most of the time you find somebody has put the money in the boot, at the back of the boot. They have got to stop at the toll plaza to go get the money. That way you are delaying us. We are calling on you motorists to rather be ready for a trip. And we are elated. If you can see some of the people here, they've rested in this bus. They've rested. They allowed themselves to rest. They must continue with the journey when they feel that they are okay physically and mentally.
Okay, let's talk about broken down vehicles along the road. People may want to be wary about that. What is your message to them? Because like you see, this bus is it has stalled in a very awkward position, and someone may ram into it.
Yes, indeed, it has been a problem that our people, when they get a breakdown or they stop for any other reason, they stop very next to the road where it's likely to be a hazard to other road users. If there is a problem, rather you try by all means to move as far as you can away from the road. It has happened. Some of the trailers that we have seen, they are very next to the road, and those that we are excited, who taking chances of overtaking on the left side, they might end up doing wrongs. But of course we are not calling for them to do so, because our traffic officials, if you can see, RTMC and our provincial traffic, they are going up and down on the road from Dimole up to Polokwane to monitor such people, that if they do anything wrong, we are able to attend to them immediately.
Thank you very much, Matu.
My pleasure.
Yeah, as you've heard, Peter, we haven't had any reports of fatal accidents, and we're holding our breath. We don't want to come back here to report any such news. So back to you now.
Lutendo, thanks very much indeed. That's Lutendo Bobodi, who's reporting live from one of our locations across the country. And we'll continue to give you updates about the traffic flows. And it looks to be a little bit quieter today, most people having made their journeys over the weekend.